We need the focus to come off location, and cash flow and capital and go back onto good, solid education, that's based in proven fundamentals and strategy and adapting a strategy that meets the market. Great property is not what you've been told. If you go out anywhere, real estate 101 again is all about location. Now what does that mean? For the most part, it means buying in the best, most expensive area. Now, the problem is the industry has created this into, it's almost like a chant, a mantra that you just people go along mindlessly with. The reality is location is crap. And its brother, which is cash flow and capital. Oh, this is so good capital or yield, cash flow or yield, and this is capital growth, potential. They're the two things, the dynamics that we play with, and they are, but they're a lot of the time they're missold. You're not given the full information about the cash flow, what the costs will be, and you don't really get a picture, I mean, we do things like the 2-year cash flow, which shows you everything you're likely to spend over the first 2 years. And that gives you a much better idea. It's not a 1-pager, it's like an 8-pager, with multiple pages on each, So or it's a worksheet, I should say, 8 tabs, all right? Bottom line is, actually, we need the focus to come off location, and cash flow and capital, and go back onto good, solid education, that's based in proven fundamentals and strategy and adapting a strategy that meets the market. This is stuff that you should be doing before you invest. So if you're just getting into it, this is where you need to be. Now guys, just an aside too, while I remember it, any questions you've got, you can send them to webinars@gladfish.com, and we'll get on and answer them, and straight away we'll come back to you. I think that's really important too, because one of the things you're going to learn about us is that we can start you off wherever you are on the track. But we can answer, because we've been doing it so long and we've done so many transactions, we have so much experience, we can pretty much answer all the questions you've got, Irrespective of the strategy chosen, irrespective of any of that. And if we don't know it, which is normally unlikely, then we know people who are experts in that area, So education, strategy that meets the market, Then what you talk about is good, solid fundamentals. So when we talk about location, what they're actually saying is good, solid fundamentals. What are they? Shops, schools, transport links, major employers, major investment. Those 5 things are what you're going to use. And as I said, get down and dirty in the detail. They are the 5 things. And under that, there's a whole heap of questions. As always, we have a checklist. It's a methodical checklist that we go through. And then the final thing that most people miss, because let's face it, most people go the education and they end up paying expensive amounts for education they shouldn't have. It's ridiculous how much people spend on education that they don't need to, all right? Strategy, totally overlooked by most people. Why? Because, the only strategy they're given is buy this property because this is what we have, That is not strategy, That is deal hunting. That is being pushed into a deal, Good solid fundamentals, 100%, must do that. And then the final one is delegation of your time. You are not going to be able to do this alone. And some people say, oh, don't pay anyone else, don't pay those, they're expensive sources, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is you are going to pay other people, whether that be a solicitor, a mortgage broker, whether it be an estate agent, whatever it is, there is going to have to be a team around you. So it's about getting that team and deciding whether you're going to do all the work yourself or you're going to do as least as possible of the work yourself. And that will be a function of how much time you got to put to it. How much opportunity cost, you can afford to lose something else, because let's face it, your day is already full. It's not like you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs going, I've got an extra 8 hours I can commit to this per day. I've never met a person who has. Because let's face it, anyone who's watching this video is going to be a busy person, and they're already probably successful, and therefore there's going to be an opportunity cost for this decision. So what is that time and how are you going to delegate it, So this is really key. When you start getting into this sort of stuff, you realize that when you address this upfront, it doesn't create friction going forwards, And that's really what we want to do.